Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Exploring Creative Minds podcast. I'm your host, Judah Hooper. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Kimberly Beccera,
There you
who
go.
who is an illustrator and artist in San Diego, California,
Mhm.
currently. How are you doing?
I'm well. I'm blessed. How are you?
I'm not bad. So I usually just start with the the question of like how you got started to where you are today. So I
Okay.
guess we'll start with that. But obviously that can be a lot of things. So I guess specifically with when did you know that you wanted to pursue the life of an artist?
Ooh. um, I actually didn't know I wanted to pursue it, honestly. It wasn't something that I like was goal anticipated on or like, oh, I'm gonna go paint for the rest of my life. Um, my brother had actually passed away, and we were only about 3 months apart. So at 19, we kind of it was a rough spot, but we would draw a lot together. We would always doodle, sketch, paint, whatever, anything we could. So when he died, I like drawing became this like therapy for me where I just kind of felt like I was always with him. So I would draw as much as I could. I would paint as much as I could and be like, "Hey, look, like I did it for you." But then things would just process and it became like a therapy, like a coping mechanism.
Mm,
And then things started selling, people started asking for, "Hey, I want that. I want that." And then I kind of thought like, "Hey, maybe it was so that I could do this for my life, you know?" We were always like working 9 to 5s and weird like
mm.
bouncing around jobs. So it's not like, hey, I wanted to be a painter.
Right, right. Is it was your brother? Did he paint first, and then you picked it up,
Yes.
or yeah?
He was really into graffiti. Like he started drawing
Mm.
on walls. We always doodled as kids, but he picked up a spray can one time and just never put it down. So black books, graffitis, like he kind of inspired me and kind of mentored me in that aspect
Ah,
until
wow.
yeah.
Interesting. And how old were you guys when you like first started that? Like really young or?
Yeah. Yeah, we moved to Vegas about like 2006 and I was 6 years old at the time. So before then, we were like drawing and doodling out in San Diego and just always in the yard and stuff. And never stopped until.
Right, right, right.
Mhm.
That's awesome. And the what did you when you started drawing, Kim? What was like? What were the things that you started drawing like when you first
As
started?
yeah,
Mm.
I had this thing with I would make these little treehouse houses, and I would like to put little bunnies in them. I would like put a bunny in each room. So
Whoa.
you go throughout like my notebook, and it's like all kinds of different trees, different rooms inside the tree, and you just find all kinds of different bunnies. Like there's like a notebook somewhere in my storage where it's just
What?
all of that, like
You
mythical
said
creatures.
you said a treehouse with bunnies
Yeah.
inside? Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Um. Wow. Okay. That's pretty cool.
I-
It's unique. It's always unique. Yeah. To you. I wonder what. How old were you when you did it? Like six, I guess, 6 or 7.
Before, yeah, but like the like four to
Before.
six, it was Q-tips and paint and mainly animals, just animals that I could do.
Wow. Yeah. Are animals easier, or I have no idea. So
For me, they
they
are.
are. Okay.
Yeah, you can
Gotcha.
make someone look very cross-eyed very easily with the human.
Right. Right. It's are humans like the hardest? I guess like the to do like realism with humans. It's not like a
It
skill for sure.
it's like
Yeah.
anatomy. Anatomy kind of once you get it down, it's awesome. But the learning process of it, you be making look you make people look deformed first.
Right, right. You're like, I think that's a person, right?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Awesome. That's crazy. And so it's, do you feel like, like you start in illustrating, like you're kind of imitating, in a
Mm-hmm.
way, of what you're learning. Like, with any art form, you start
Yeah,
by
absolutely.
imitation. So it's like, when did you realize that you yourself had like something to say? You know,
Mm.
I guess.
Um, I would probably say after, because my brother died in 2019, the end, and COVID hit in 2020. So mentally, I was not in the best place. Like I was going through so much at the time, and I there was so much going on online too that it made me realize how much fear really is in our society and culture as a country and as just humanity, that I didn't want to carry that with me. I didn't It made me realize that I didn't want to be one of those that lived in this kind of box, in this kind of trap, you know? Even though there's a lot that we can't do, we have no control over, we have a lot of control at the end of the day of ourselves and the things that we decide to do and what we think and what we say. That's where it was like, no, no, no. I have a place here and it's not just to be scared, you know?
Mm. Yeah, when you say scared, what were you scared of? Are you scared of failing, or were you scared of like what people would think of you, or yeah.
No, yeah, yeah, because mind you, the COVID, everybody was so scared of, oh, I'm gonna get sick. Let me go get vaccinated. Let me stay indoors. Let
Uh,
me wear my mask and right. And me, I was on the mental states of I really don't care. Like I'll catch it and I'll be out. Like let's go. But to me, I was scared of yeah, not being able to do something with my brother's death that meant something. Like
mm,
he overdosed and we were really young. We didn't really get to He didn't get to experience a lot of things that I did in today's time at 26. So, I mean at 25, I'm sorry. I'm turning 26, but he didn't get to experience a lot. So, why would I live in fear of anything? Because I get one more day to live it out and he doesn't.
mm, right,
So,
right.
yeah.
It's a good realization to come to. Yeah, you can't live in fear and stuff, like, because it's like our biggest enemy, I guess. I mean,
Oh,
like,
yeah. You get two
JFK said.
choices. Two choices, fear or faith, and both require you to believe in something.
Nice. Yeah, exactly. And you can't let fear is like this thing that like it metastasizes, into your body and your mind
It's like a
if you
disease.
allow
It's
it.
like this. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It takes over you, and we all have it. It's like it's like they say fear comes from like survival, I guess, like
Mm-hmm.
fear of losing your
Mm-hmm.
survival and stuff. And but it's like, what's the phrase? Yeah, yeah, you shouldn't be afraid of being afraid. You have to like
The
embrace it.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, yeah. It's like that's where you find your true self. Like when you
Yeah. You
um
challenge it.
yeah, exactly. You challenge it and you get out of your comfort zone a bit, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not easy to do that because you have to be aware of yourself and your own flaws and the things
It
that you
takes a lot
like
of
that
self-reflection.
there you go. Exactly. In your eyes. Okay, I'm not perfect, and I'm kind of responsible for some of the problems I have,
Absolutely.
you know. So,
Nobody's
um
perfect, man. Nobody.
no. Yeah. Well, I am, so can't really, you know.
Amen.
Yeah, but yeah, that's awesome. So that's interesting. So it sounds like COVID during that time was like the time where you realized you wanted to like really pursue art on your own,
Yes.
which is
Uh,
interesting.
mhm.
Yeah, because it's I kind of had a similar thing where uh, that time, it was like the time where everybody was lost and, like you said, afraid.
Afraid,
And
yeah.
there, there were two different kinds of people in COVID. There was
Hmm.
like the people who were like just like super secluded and like bed rotting basically,
Yeah.
and kind of just living off of government money or whatever, because they're out of a
I saw
job
that
and
too,
stuff.
yeah.
And then there were people that were like there's those people, and they were always afraid, and they didn't even want to see you because like they didn't want to
Don't
get
touch
sick, and
me. 6 feet.
you yeah, 6 feet, 6 feet. You know, wear your mask. You're in their house. So you're like, wow, this is crazy.
You're in your car and you're wearing
you
the
know,
mask.
so, yeah, right. It's yeah. There are people that still wear it just because they feel comfortable. It's crazy doing it. It's insane. But there's those kinds of people, and then there are people that like, and I think this is a lot of artists where they were like, oh, like I have more time to like really think about who I am and what I'm trying to say in my art field. I feel like for a lot of artists, it was like a way for you to rediscover yourself in a sense.
We had time. We
Um,
had the mental space
yeah,
to.
exactly. And it was like it was so interesting to see how crazy the world got in that year. I mean, it was like crazy thing after crazy thing after crazy. Yeah, I mean, I
It
remember
was
the
so
riots happened. Yeah, it's crazy.
it was so funny because at the time I was in Vegas. So when COVID, the quarantine, everything got implemented, I'm sure I don't know if you've seen those pictures where like the strip went completely black. It was like all the lights were shut down, all the casinos were off, la la la. People were talking about it's the end of the world, this and that. And I'm sitting here like, hey, I think that would be a pretty dope painting, like a strip scene with no lights. Like,
That's crazy that you say that because where did you live in Vegas in
mhm.
2020 or wow, okay, so maybe I saw you because I was
Eh,
there without realizing it maybe because I was
yeah.
there. Me and my friend visited in like March, which is when the mandates happened. So we
Hmm.
were in like late March. We were like, let's go to Vegas, and then it was like it looked like Walking Dead, like the opening of The Walking Dead where there's like nothing, but
Yeah.
just like police roaming around. I was like, what is
Yeah,
this, The
yeah, just
Walking
like
Dead?
enforcements. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very dystopian,
It
and
was so
especially
funny.
Vegas. Yeah, you know,
Dude,
it's
I
like
loved it.
what?
I'm not gonna lie, I loved it. I liked the whole like vibe of it, and especially where I was. I was like, yeah, I like this. Like this is the new normal.
Yeah, I can get used to this. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, where's my rifle?
It's crazy. It was a vibe. Yeah, I think I still have videos and pictures from it. We didn't stay for long. We were only there for like a day because we were like, what? There's nothing to do, and it doesn't feel like we're supposed to be here,
Yeah,
kind of
it was
thing.
like a backfire.
It was like, okay, maybe we should go then. But it was crazy. Yeah. So that was like Nevada. Yeah, was really locked down during
Yeah.
that time, and
But
it was crazy. Yeah. What a crazy time. That feels like a different era or
era.
something.
It does.
Even though it was only like 6 years ago, it's like it feels like just like a dream, a nightmare or something.
Yeah.
Hello, testing. Yeah, you could try the headphones, maybe. I wonder why it's doing that. It sounds like something's like blocking your mic, like it's going like that.
Mm, no.
Yeah. No.
Okay, I
Or-
can make it do. Can you hear me now?
cool. Okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay. Um, I think we're good. I'm glad we
I'm
saved that
so
because I
sorry.
noticed and I was like, okay, I'll just.
We're just
No,
gonna keep it
all good,
rolling.
all good. Yeah, we were just raving about COVID and the experience of it. I mean, and did you guys have vaccines? Where are like vaccine mandates is the better way of putting it. Did
Yeah,
you
I
have
lost my
mandates?
job because I wasn't gonna get mine.
What?
hmm
Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah,
I was like,
it
okay.
was bad because like the jobs that required it, they were like you had to get the updates
The
too.
essential
It wasn't just
workers.
like do it once.
Yeah.
So it was like that's what was stupid about it. That's what I was like. I was so turned off by that. I was like, most vaccines take like years and years and years before they go to the public. And
Yes,
so
it
I was
was
like, they
just
just
like
made one in like a
here.
month.
Yeah.
I was like, I was like, I don't trust this, and then of course people are like, you're an idiot,
Trust your
the
government, they
sheeps
love you.
of the world. Yeah, the sheeps of the world are like, oh, you're an idiot for questioning that. Don't question the
Oh.
government, you know.
It was
They're always
funny
right.
because my grandpa had even said he was like, "Oh, did you get like?" He asked my dad, I think, but I was like in the car. He goes, "Oh, did you get vaccinated? Did you guys get vaccinated or whatever?" And my dad was like, "No, like why would I do that?" And he goes, "Well, so you don't have restrictions, so they don't put laws on you or whatever." He goes, "But I don't want to get killed." And he looks at him and he goes, "So you want to live forever?" And I was like, "Sorry."
What?
And then I mean, he got his vaccine, but it was like, whatever. Like we just don't want to.
Yeah, that's crazy. I remember there was a guy at my job who like he was like really trying to get me to get it kind of thing, and he was like, "Yeah, you need to," and he constantly was like trying to like persuade me, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't trust it,
Yeah.
as long as I can't get it." And then he was like, "All right then, die." And then he walked away, and I
I would be
was like,
like,
"All right."
bro, you're gonna die too someday. Maybe not because of the vaccine, but like, I'll see
And
you
he just
there.
walked away. I'll see you there is crazy. The way that
Like,
he shifted was so funny.
just a
He's like,
sudden
"All right
snap.
then, die." He just gave up.
Oh
It was so
shit.
funny. It
Sometimes you
was like,
have to.
why?
It's like, go ahead.
Yeah, it's like, all right, see you around. It's like it was crazy how much people acted like sheep in that way. It was like you shouldn't. I don't know. You should at
Fear,
least
man.
question it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
It's
Like it's
like,
it's not bad to question. Period.
mm-mm, mm-mm.
It's not bad to question.
I think it puts
You
you a
know.
little bit ahead if you do, honestly.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So that was a crazy time.
It was.
I remember going to a restaurant and I ordered food. It was Thai food, which is my favorite. And then she was like, "Vaccine card?" And I was like, "Vaccine card? No, I don't have it." And then she was like,
No.
"Okay, then you don't get your order." And I was like, "That's crazy." Okay. And she's like, "Get out." But I already paid for it
Oh,
and everything. That was like horrible.
yeah. I was like, can I
So
get my
then I was like,
refund?
yeah, I was like, it was so crazy. I was like, what? Why do I need to? You don't have a sign or anything that says I need a vaccine card to like eat,
Communication was so
you know?
whack then too, yeah.
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah, yeah. It was something else. So, let's hope that never happens again. But you never know.
I was about to say, I was like, come
You never know.
on.
you know, um, the government handled that horribly. So,
Mhm.
but to be nobody really knew what to do because it had been like 100 years since had happened. So nobody
Yeah.
really knew what the right
No one had lived through
way
something
to
like that
approach it
before.
was.
Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. Like the 1920 was when the Black Plague happened, right? So it was like a long time ago. I wasn't born yet, so
Oh, thank goodness.
you know, right? Um, it's so why? Yeah. So what is being creative to you? Like why is it important to you to be creative? And did you have any pushback from your family or parents to like, oh, you should, I don't know, pursue a master's degree and I don't
Mm,
know, a law degree or something,
mm-mm.
or yeah.
It's actually funny because I got my creativity, artistic skills, whatever you want to call them, my genes from my dad and from my grandpa, from his dad. Like it was like generational thing, which is why me and my brother drew a lot together. So my dad is actually anti-system everything. Like in school, he didn't care if we brought straight A's, like as long as you were passing and nobody called the house about like, oh, you're ditching or la la la, we're good. Like you can come passing with
Mhm.
C's and D's and shit. Like I don't care if you, but he was more of like, don't get indoctrinated. Like think for yourself, do things for yourself, figure out who you are like as a human, type deal. So
Mhm.
when in school and like I got I I got so much like because I would charge people to do their art homework. So I would draw things for them and charge them and like that was my little side hustle in school. So I would always get so much backlash because of that, because it was like, oh, you're a hustler type deal. You're not an artist. You know what I mean? And
Mm,
I didn't really see it like that because they would get A's on their homework. They would get 10 out of 10s off of my drawings, you know? So I was
right.
like, it it only came backlash from strangers, if that makes sense. Like people who
Mm.
were intimidated by it or didn't like, I don't know, maybe jealousy in some point of way, but it was just always random people. It was never somebody that I loved or somebody that was close to me that was like, no, you should be more realistic in life, you know?
Got it. So you had support.
Hmm.
It sounds like, which is good, and yeah, it's there's definitely a point where I feel like you're like, okay, what am I doing? You
What
have
am I
that
here
moment where
for? Yeah.
you definitely have that, and you're like, what kind of person do I want to be, and like what kind of mark do I want to have, and
Hmm.
I think growing up, I had this sense of like just trying a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
art wise, and it was hard for me to like stay focused on like one specific
Just creative.
art thing. Yeah, I just liked to do it all. So I think I think there's definitely a point in your life where you have to choose art because life happens, and you have
You
to
got bills, you
make
got
money,
work.
and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And so before you know, it's not like this like thing. It's not that like an option that's just always there like it is when you're a kid.
Yeah.
It's like you have to choose to have it in your
Prioritize and
life.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think there's like and there's a point where you decide like whether or not you're going to be an artist because like there are people that like okay they like to illustrate,
It's like a hobby.
but yeah, exactly, like
Hmm.
they might even be really good at it, but they just
Hmm.
do it for themselves. They
Hmm.
don't show anybody it really, and they work, I don't know, they're a lawyer or something.
Yeah.
There are people like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of like hidden artists like
There is,
that,
there is.
yeah, and so I think there's like a point where like you were like, okay, do I want that life of where I just have like the art to myself and maybe even sell it a bit,
Yeah.
or but
Yeah.
I'm working like a day job, and
See,
that's really my focus.
excuse
But
me.
yeah, it's like yeah, no worries. Yeah,
My bad.
yeah, all good.
Well, it's funny that you say that because I was actually in that how do you say like mentality after COVID when I did go back to work.
Mm,
They opened everything back up, and I went back to bud tending. I was like at a dispensary cannabis, and I
mm.
made good money. I made decent money. I loved my regulars. I liked the product I sold. Like I enjoyed where I was, but there came a point where it was like I have, like you said, I have a lot more to say than just, hey, good morning, what strain you want? You know what I mean? So when I had to come to that decision where hey, people are asking more for art, people recognize it more. Like I had gone viral maybe a couple of times back then too. So I had to make that switch where it was like, okay, my 9 to 5 has now became my side hustle and my artwork is now my main priority. Like this is what my identity, if you could say. Like where this is what I do and this is just kind of what gets me by.
Right. Yeah. Right. Exactly. And so yeah, it's like a mentality thing. It's
Oh
something
yeah.
that like it's hard to explain. To
It is.
be honest, it's like a mentality thing. They're like, wait, what?
Oh wait,
And
what?
sometimes sometimes like you feel like you're sounding like pretentious or something. They're like, oh look, another artist kind of thing.
No,
Like
no, nothing
yeah, but
like that. Because mind you,
you know,
a lot of my art is about my muses. Like I like to do it based off of life. I paint like things that don't necessarily always pertain to me, but that a lot of humans can relate to, you know?
mm.
So it's not just like, oh, look at me, I draw, I paint, I'm so good at it. Like, come buy it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not like a self-planted or self-important, like egotistical person.
mm, mm. That's what they all say. I'm just kidding.
No, they do. They do. Which is why it's like imperative. It's like very essential. Like, hey, I'm not with it. We don't walk together.
Yeah, right, right. That's not me.
That's not me.
Yeah. Yeah, so right, right. And it's what would you say your style is? Like do you would you say you have like a style, or would you say like you're more of a chameleon and it's like a
Oh,
matter of like depends
I
on
love
the
that you said
drawing.
that. You said chameleon. I was like, we just lost
Mm.
our chameleon not too long ago. R.I.P. Donnie.
Aw,
Anyway,
rip.
rip. Um, as far as style, I like darker. I love dark palettes. Like I like to be able to create an image with like a where your eyes kind of have to adjust to it. You know what I mean? Like like when you turn off lights in the dark and it takes a second for your eyes to kind of like, okay, I can see shadow, I can see certain objects. Um,
Mm.
darker art I like a lot, but as far as like what I paint, I kind of just like God guide that. Like whether it be, oh, he brings me a commission or somebody wants some kind of, painting for themselves or something that struck inspiration out of nowhere that it's like, okay, I need to like something in me is telling me I need to paint this and I need to get it out. And it always kind of ripples to the point where once it's done, the customer or where the painting is going or something like that just makes sense after. Where it's like, I don't know why I wanted to paint this, but I did, and now it makes sense now that it's gone, or that it's sold, or that it's been displayed, or whatever. So it's like no style, just obedience with it.
Obedience. Whoa.
Hmm.
That's a new one. Yeah, that's wow. Okay. Yeah, yeah, and that makes perfect sense to you. It's like you're serving the the material in a way. It's not about you know. It's
Alchemist.
not the other way around. You
Hmm.
know. So that's beautiful. Honestly.
Thank you.
So yeah, and yeah. Do you have like yeah, that's a dumb question to ask for a favorite. Do you have one that you're most proud of? I feel like people have that.
I do,
Or
I
do you have
do.
like your yeah?
There was a point in my career, right, where I could only take a picture and draw what I saw. So I couldn't draw something from imagination, right? I couldn't like,
Mm,
oh, draw a flower, and I'm like, okay, like I need a picture of a flower in order to draw it. So when I
mm,
had first did, it was this man that I had met. He was an ex-raider, Marine, ex-Marine, and we just got very close. We got very where I was very fond of his journey and impressed by his character. Like this, he was just like an outstanding person altogether. And I actually did this painting that I gave to him a while ago, but it was a gremlin gizmo, and it had like a skyline in the back of LA because that's where he was from. And he was carrying like a machine gun, but I did his back tattoos in his Marine kind of like uniform. It was so beautiful to this day that I still ask him sometimes, like, yeah, can I see it? Like, I know, like I know it's taking. I was like, I just want to, or I'll go back to photos of it because the detail, like to me, it didn't seem like I did it. I was like,
mm,
damn, like you
mm.
step back and it's like, me? I did that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Wow. That sounds beautiful. It's so yeah, like you said, the detail
Yeah.
and it sounds very unique too. That's the thing. It's like I mean, how fast does it take you? Like, what is your process when you draw and when you create? Yeah, what's your
So once I like know what I'm going to paint or what I want to paint, I have to sketch it out. Like so I'll show you a commission that I'm working on right now. Like the process starts as a drawing,
mm,
right?
mm,
And then I'll lay it out on a canvas, and then it kind of just like I'll refer back to the drawing more than I do the reference, if that makes sense.
mm,
So it's like
right?
sketch, drawing, and then painting.
Got you. And how long would it take you normally to do that?
Honestly, it just depends. Like
Mm,
my dad is a plumber and he's a self-contracted plumber, so I'm a plumber's assistant when he needs it. So like I'll be running around a lot of the time, sometimes two.
mm.
Mm, anywhere from like a week to a month. It's never gone more than.
Wow. And that's pretty fast.
Yeah.
That's pretty fast, you know.
Yeah.
And it's yeah, I guess like and do you get in that mode where like you're just like really locked in and you're like not even thinking about anything else?
Yeah. I've painted like I want to say the longest 16 hours straight one time. And it was kind of through the night. It was like late
Whoa.
evening through the night. I was just so locked in to like the colors were just like, ooh, I like that. Like everything was just making me giddy after that I was just like, I don't want to stop until like I feel like I'm gonna mess it up.
16 hours?
hmm
Whoa.
Uh,
16 hours is a long time. I
And
mean, that's
I didn't even know it,
a
like,
lot.
I didn't even notice I hadn't ate, I hadn't, like, okay, yeah, I went to the bathroom, but, like, I came right back, like, okay, this is what it was just so funny to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cool it's like the part about it that I like the most. It's one of the parts I like. It's like where you like you get lost in the sauce or whatever. You know, you want to say like, you know, you just get like you get in that mode where like you're not thinking about anything else. Like you're not
Yes. The world don't
distracted and
matter.
like yeah, it's literally just you and this thing that you're creating and the tools you're using and
Yeah.
you're like, you know, and then eventually your brain shuts off and you're like, okay, I should probably stop, you know,
It knows. It
kind of thing.
did. It did. Where I was like, what am I doing? I was like, what time is it? Where am I?
Where, yeah, yeah, you know, it's crazy. And then you look back on it the next day and you're like, you have like a different perspective on it. It's so interesting how
I love
that
it.
part's like my favorite part. You know, that part's
Yes.
really fun. You know, and I've always wanted to be good at painting and illustrating and stuff, but
You don't have to be
can't
good at
do
it
it.
in
So
order to, you know?
yeah,
Because I was pretty shitty at one time too. Just saying.
I don't believe you.
With oil paintings, I had to learn. I did like I'm still learning to this day. Like there will be paintings that come out
Mm.
where I'm like, ugh, okay.
Are oil paintings the most difficult? Because like they're definitely the most like revered
hmm
throughout history. Why is that? Like, what is it about oil painting that's unique from like watercolors and all the other styles that you can do?
It's the dry time. The amount of patience that oil painting takes requires you to have like it. You can't do oil painting if you don't have patience. That's just fact. Like if
Mm.
you're someone who wants like the process to kind of be like acrylics where you just kind of layer on top and it dries and ooh look, revealed the same day. No, it wouldn't work.
Right. Right. So it's yeah, time. Yeah,
hmm
yeah. I've always wondered that. It is beautiful. It feels like it's almost like a stamp, an oil
hmm
painting. You know, it's like
hmm
a, you know,
it's like
it's like a tattoo
texture.
or something.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
There's something
Actually,
about it. Yeah, there's like something about it. Like when you see an oil painting in like a museum, there's something about it. You're like,
I
you know,
swear, like
uh,
people get excited about like, oh, I'm gonna go see a dude, or I'm gonna go see like a movie, or I'm gonna go to a concert or something. It's like, dude, I'm gonna see a painting. I'm gonna see a painting later. I was like, that's.
right, right. There's something so unique about yeah, painting and sculpting and there's it's like yeah, it's very pure art, you know.
hmm
It's not like you know, it doesn't feel like it's been messed around with as much, you know? Like
hmm
you know, there's something so beautiful. I like seeing like the thumbprint of like someone's sculpture, you know.
Yes,
You
like
know,
their
it's like
DNA is kind of like embedded in the piece, you know?
yeah, yeah. I mean, do you feel like it's you give like parts of yourself to your art. I feel
hmm
like, you know,
It's a
and you're almost
sacrifice for
not even
sure.
fully aware of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
weird. It's like you're almost not even fully aware of it,
Because I had
but you're like,
started.
yeah, there's definitely
No, for sure. Because it's funny that you had said that, like giving a piece of yourself to the art, where I'm like a very productive person. I feel like if I'm not doing something that's either making me money, helping somebody, cleaning something, then it's just you're wasting your time. So with painting, the patience is required because I have to sit there. I have to, mix the colors, get the shape right, get the proportion. do every like my mind's on this when I have like I feel like I have 100 other things to do. You got to do the dishes. You got to go
Mm,
pick somebody up. Oh well, did you make sure you had this ready or is this packed or whatever? Um,
right.
in order for me to sit and finish a piece, like it takes a lot because it's like I have a lot to do, but I also this is where I want to be. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Like,
right. Right. Makes
yeah.
sense. Yeah, it's it's like you yeah, yeah, you know if you enjoy it, like it's something you just enjoy, like it's something you would do regardless of
hmm
the
Life.
outcome. That's when you
Yeah.
know if you really like it,
Yeah.
you know. And that I guess that's how you know if you're an artist or not. It's like if it's something you have to do, it's
Hmm.
like
It's not an option.
I saw a video. Yeah, exactly. I saw a video a long time ago that said that it's like yeah, if you're really creative or an artist, then it's something you have to do. It's not something like oh like I'm kind of interested in playing the guitar, but whatever. It's not like that,
Yeah,
That's not
no.
being an artist,
I was like, you don't feel
It's like
what
it's
I
not just
feel.
yeah, yeah, exactly. It's like no, like if I don't play the guitar, like I'm
I'm gonna
gonna
lose my
kill
mind.
myself.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a little bit of a difference
Why you?
mentality there.
I was like, we're in danger when we don't do what we're supposed to do.
Right. It's so true. So true. There's almost like you feel like you're going crazy. Like if you go like 6 months without touching a brush or a pencil, I feel that would probably make you go crazy, for sure.
Unless my hands are cut off, and at that point, I'll probably learn how to paint with my feet.
Right. Exactly. It's like it's a part of you, and like you said, it was a coping mechanism. When I feel like when I learned how to play guitar, I started to use it as that.
Hmm.
As like a way to like just express my feelings.
Hmm.
Through that I wasn't getting out and stuff. So it was like that was like it was very cathartic and therapeutic
Yeah,
to
yeah.
do that in like throughout my teenage upbringing.
Do you
So
still play?
it's
Sorry, Hers.
yeah, yeah.
That's
I have like a band that we play occasionally, sort of thing. So,
awesome.
but
That's awesome.
yeah, it's like psychedelic rock kind of style. I mean, yeah, I do like to play, but it's
Hmm.
like playing is definitely more of it's something I do more for myself and like enjoying it with other people more than like, hey, look at
I'm
me,
gonna make a
I'm
career. Yeah.
yeah, exactly, out of music specifically. Even though I love music, I mean, it's
Hmm.
who doesn't? I mean, who
Seriously.
doesn't love music?
Seriously.
You know, I've never met someone who's like, ah, music. It's
I'd be
just different
concerned.
kinds of music, right? I
Like,
hate that music stuff.
oh.
I'll see
That'd
you
be kind of
later.
scary. Yeah. We can't relate.
Do you have like okay? Who's your favorite artist? Who's like your favorite artist? Yeah.
So mine is very underrated. A lot of people aren't gonna mess with my music, and they don't, which is fine because I only need to listen to it. But there's this it was this ex-gang member that turned his rap into ministry, and his name is Brian Trejo, Brian T. um the things that he talks about I can relate to so much because not only is it like talking about how God's grace kind of saved him from the life that he came from, but also at the fact that I was making decisions without him, which is why I was in the situations that I was in. You know what I mean? So
Mm,
like as I'm
mm,
painting and I'm listening to like the things that he says, I can have flashbacks. I can have like of when my brothers were doing something dumb or when my dad wasn't around or when my mom, just certain things that come from struggle or poverty stricken like communities and stuff that you need a certain kind of self-awareness, you need a certain kind of discipline, a certain kind of obedience in order to get out of that mindset, in order to get out of that lifestyle, like in order to just get out of it, period. So like when I'm playing it or I'm painting or something, it gives me the inspiration to where I can just paint for 10 hours, 8 hours straight. Like just, hey, I made it from that. I'm doing this now because I came from what he's talking about. So it was like excuse me.
Do you paint with music on? Like, do you play while you listen to music or?
Sometimes, sometimes.
Mm.
Sometimes it'll be instrumentals depending on if like I'm thinking too much, I don't want words, or if I'm, if I feel like I'm just kind of content, like peaceful, I'll think about the past a little bit. Just depends.
Interesting, interesting. Yeah, it's I listen to music when I write. Usually, if I'm writing like a screenplay, I'll make a playlist to like
Hmm.
get me like I'll listen to like suspenseful music while I'm writing a suspenseful scene. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
get really into it,
Feel feelings.
everything. It helps you like it gives you an idea of like, okay, what is this? The most important thing is like, what does this feel like,
The
right?
mood, yeah.
That's like, yeah, with really any art, whether it's
Yeah.
music or painting or screenwriting, there's like a sense of like, yeah, what is the heart of what this feels like, sort of
Hmm.
thing, and
Hmm.
like it might not even be something you can describe until it's done. Really, it's like,
Exactly. It's
that's what's so interesting.
It's funny that you say that because it applies to every artist. Like in my eyes, I think a chef is an artist because one, it takes,
Yeah,
like it takes certain things to be able to bring out a beautiful, delicious piece, like it does. And even say, and again, this is just me, like a mechanic or a technician. Like you guys are an artist with the metals. You guys have to do with physics. You guys have to learn a lot about certain things that normal artists say who like a painter. I don't know anything about that. I mean, I do, but I'm not gonna go and do it because that's not my, how do you say, position in the artist's world. Like I feel like a
right.
human is an artist, period, because whether you're a female, you could be a mother, you can be a painter, you could be a singer, you could be a chef, you could be uh any type of creativity that comes with the human form. If you create, if you don't, I don't know what to tell you. Because like, a lot of people will write journaling, like write, like that's art to me too. Like even if you just draw, I mean, even if you just write and you go to your 9 to 5 and that's all you do, that's an artist to me. Like you said, a hidden away artist, but nevertheless,
Do you and that begs the question that I've asked here before, which is like, do you think everyone is born with creativity?
yes, I do. Me personally,
Yeah,
I do.
right. And it's I think so too. I think like,
Because can
why
I
do you
throw?
think so many?
Sorry, sorry.
Yeah.
I was like, can I throw in like a quick little, just something to get you thinking real quick that my dad told me not too long ago that changed so much for me.
Mm,
Um, when you come into this world, there's two things that determine the type of life that you're gonna have: the parents that you're given and the body that you're born with. Your soul is already spoken for. You are who you are the moment that you come out the womb because that's how he made you. You know what I mean? So when you start learning about the world or the things that your parents teach you or the things that your siblings teach you, your family, your culture, whatever, that starts changing you in the point where this world is very deceiving. It's very cold. It can get very discouraging. It can be, a lot of things that take away from a child's innocence, a child's creativity. They're always so giddy, always so happy if they're in a good state of mind and they're loved and they're nurtured and they're shown, they're what they're supposed to be given as a kid. They're But as opposed to the ones who kind of aren't given the right parents, maybe you kind of have some kind of uh what is it called? I'm not gonna say, I don't like saying disability because it's like a circumstance that you were given. Um, those things like that determine a lot, that take away from your creativity, that take away from your spark, from your just being a human that you were put here to be. And I think it's so
mm,
messed up, dude, that it's taken away from a lot of people, and it's really hard. It's becoming really hard for them to get it back because of just how the way the world is, how social media is, how people are, how everything's just structured to kind of keep you at a certain thinking level, if that makes sense.
mm, mm, mm.
But yeah, it was just
Right. Yeah.
rant over.
No, no, I was I was locked in. I was listening. Yeah, it's I think it's your dad's analogy is the perfect analogy. I think it makes sense, you know. It's
Hmm.
I think like if you you know, it's like if you go to a kindergarten class, like I used
Hmm.
to, you know, teach kids
Oh, I love
Bible
that.
lessons and stuff like that,
I love that.
right? And the you know they all like to do something creative, you know, when they're like between the
Hmm.
ages of like 3 to 5,
They
like
love
they
to
all
dance. They like to
no kid's gonna be
talk.
like I just want to yeah no kid's gonna be like ah I just want to
I'm
like
just here.
you know whatever yeah exactly you know like you just sometimes you have to get them to loosen up, but they all
Hmm.
want to do something in like a creative way, you know, like they're
Hmm.
like you know whether it's finger painting or you know dancing or singing
Reading.
even you know like
Yeah.
reading it. Yeah, like kids, it's almost like it's like the way that you know your like your childhood stems from your creativity,
Exactly.
and
The
it's
kids.
something that you're kind of born with,
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
know. Right. Yeah. There you go. It's somewhere in the hippocampus, you know,
I was
somewhere
like,
in there, you
yeah.
know.
And like the thing is like with the kids that aren't born into the best situations or with the best opportunity, they get so discouraged throughout life that you end up becoming somebody you were never supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And then you go through life with this kind of context of being somebody that you're not. It's like you are actually this creative, loving person, but you want to be this cruel menace to society because of what you were taught and what you were shown, you know?
Yeah, I think yeah, and it's so I guess there's like an age where it either starts to grow or go away, you know,
Hmm.
throughout
You gotta fight
childhood,
it.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and and like you're saying, there's this pressure that a lot of people experience from society and sometimes their families where
Hmm.
there's this sense of like they're like all right you know like one day you're gonna have to grow up you know
Yeah.
that kind of vibe you know like
Hmm.
if they're into something creative like yeah you're not gonna you know
That's
you're
not
not
a
gonna make any
living.
money
Yeah.
yeah
Yeah.
it's like I don't know I don't I genuinely don't believe we were created to just like make money and
Work and
survive you
die.
know yeah like I don't get why that's such like a mentality in society of just like oh you know but it's like I don't
Programming.
know where did this even come from like you know like why does it have to work
I
like
could
this
go
where it's
down
like
that
that's
rabbit
it
hole with you, I swear.
you know
But just know that it's brainwashing. It's fucking mental psychology programming from like the 1800s that is really unfair to just normal people like us with no money, no power, no position, you know? Like,
right it was like the rise of the industrial
mm,
revolution where
it's
they
like
were like there's a sense of like okay we're going to condition the next generations to you know have
exactly.
to want work
There are
essentially
ants,
you
basically.
know yeah it's like a bug's life
Yeah.
you know
I'm a beautiful butterfly.
nice, nostalgic. You know, it's like the message of the movie's so great. You know,
I
because they
love it.
realize, oh wait, we don't have to listen to the
Yeah.
grasshoppers because
We don't
we're
have to.
surrounded. You know, there's a lot more of us than them, so we could just take over. We can,
Exactly.
you know,
We don't
it's
gotta bow to the evil.
yeah, exactly, and you know, it's like it's definitely there's definitely an allegory there.
Hmm.
You know, that I didn't even notice as a kid. You know,
Oh,
so to be honest.
we here now.
but it's yeah, it's like it's it's so you see it like we're like it's I feel like creativity is so important to me at least. It's like I can't imagine a life where it's not there. You know, like
It
it's
wouldn't
just
be alive.
it's yeah,
It
it's like you're
wouldn't.
just kind of surviving. But it's
Hmm.
like you know I don't. And there's this sense of I don't know like you said, we're gonna die eventually.
Hmm. Yep,
We
could be
are,
tomorrow,
right?
could be 10 years from
So
now. I don't know.
yeah, exactly. And so it's like this sense of like why would you just live your life to survive then? You know? What is the point of just living your life to like survive and like be comfortable and
Hmm.
that's it? Like what's the point of that if
I
like
don't think a
you're
lot of
gonna die
people,
eventually?
yeah, I don't think a lot of people can
You
even
know?
answer you that. Or it's like, why are you scared of
Yeah.
something that might not even happen and you might not even live to see?
Dun dun dun.
Dot, 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 dot. Like,
Period. Yeah.
period.
Okay.
Like that one where it's like, too low. Have you
What
seen
did you?
that?
Yeah. What? Which one?
It was this little like meme I think I had seen where it was like, period, too low.
To the Lord. Is that it?
And something like that. I was like, I thought that's what you were gonna say. So I was like, all right, yeah, I heard that one.
I missed that part.
Oh, good.
The the yeah, it's it's what makes us unique creatures, as humans, and it's I
I
wish it was something that was go good.
sorry, sorry, no, no. It's so funny because, like you said, without creativity, it wouldn't be a life. You would just be existing. And as humans, I feel like he did put us here to have that. Like to have that connection with people where it's like, hey, look, I can do this for you. You can do this for me, and we can love each other and help each other as long as
Mhm.
we're good. As long as we're good with who we are and where we're at. And the other day, me and my dad were driving down the freeway and he calls me Tiny. He goes, Tiny, I want you to look at the freeway, like look at all the cars, right? And I was like, okay. He goes, how many colored cars do you see? And I look out, Judah, I kid you not, we're in a pretty like 5-lane freeway and both ways going, and I see nothing but white, gray, black, and like dark blue cars, some dark blue, right? And there was one red car on the freeway. And look around if in your hometown or anybody like streets driving around. There to me he was like there's no more color because if you look back at the classics like the oldies the 60s 50s 70s when they started coming out with the automobiles, the Chevys and all that stuff, there was candy apple green, there was reds, there was
Mhm.
purples, there was pastels, there was
Yeah.
there was nice variety, and like your mind was like ooh, like
Mm.
it would go off. But I looked at the freeway and I felt so sad, Judah, because it was like dude, they're industrializing not only America but our existence as humans to the point where like we are just gonna be faced with that decision, like are you just gonna exist or are you gonna make it out of their system? Are you gonna think for yourself? Are you gonna make things for yourself? Are you gonna not fall to their normalities and forms that they've created for you? You know what I mean? Because we still
Mm.
have the choice. We still have the choice to go and buy the hot Cheetos, even though we know that it's gonna deteriorate our inside. To go and buy the Red Bull, even though we know in 5 years it's gonna deteriorate my skin, my hair, my whatever, We
Mm.
have that
Mm.
choice. But now it's like we think that we don't just because of how they've implemented things for us. And it's like, no, dude, you can still go out and get a green car if you want. You can still go out and paint your car. Like there's people fighting that who like the creativity. You see the cars like a camo and peak camo on the freeway, and you're like, what? But it's like they're trying to make a
Mm.
point. They're trying to make a stand where it's like, I get to pick. I get to choose. I have that power over my life. You don't. You don't
Mm.
get to say
Mm.
that over my life. You know what I mean? And it comes back
Mm.
down to that obedience también, where it's like I get very discouraged a lot, especially with how many artists are online, how much detail they put, how much money they make, right? But I'm not gonna stop painting and doing what I have to do because that's the creativity he put in me as Kimberly. So for
Mm.
you, what's that for you? What did he give to you? What are you to bring to this world that they're trying to kill? They're like, and they
Mm.
are from forests to animals to people to creativity to dreams to humanity. They're killing it off right in front of us, and we're willingly and choosing to go with it because we just don't want to be different. We don't want to be the one to be bold. We don't want to be the one that, makes things uncomfortable where it's like, hey, you don't have to do that if you don't want to.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And it's right. Wake up.
Wake
Wake up.
up, yeah. Wake up and be brave, man.
Yeah. It's like I feel like the biggest like issue with like at least American society. Maybe
Hmm.
this is all around, but in American society, there's this sense of like money is everything.
Hmm.
Obviously here,
Hmm.
it
Hmm.
gives you power
Excuse me.
and
Sorry.
material,
Yep. Freedom.
and
Choices.
healthcare. stuff like that. So it's like money is everything here,
Uh-huh.
you know. And so there's like it, it's a great tool, but it's like it's not looked at like that anymore. It's like this, it gives you status, it gives you class,
Yeah. People
and
look at it as a reason
it
to
gives you
live.
respect, and
Yeah.
that's the biggest issue is it gives you respect, and that's it shouldn't,
Hmm.
but that's the biggest difference I see in America compared to a lot of other countries. It's like there's just like with America, like it's like people just they revere you more if you have way more money,
For some reason, you're
kind of thing.
more, yeah, you're more like of a person they'd like to be around if you have money.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like I want to know what this guy's doing, but there's and yeah, it's just like yeah, vanity
Hmm.
and money, are like those are the biggest issues. Like they're at an all-time high, they're
Yes.
so high, and it's just like it doesn't give anybody real happiness, it doesn't, you
Mm-mm.
know. Um,
Sustainability is what it gives you.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, money gives you sustainability, and then vanity gives you pleasure, I guess. Uh,
Ego pleasure.
and yeah, yeah, exactly. Not good pleasure, yeah. Like eating a candy kind of pleasure,
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. Oh, now it's gone. I want
you know.
another one.
Yeah, exactly,
Mm,
exactly. And it's like this never-ending thing that's not really feeding your soul. It's
yes.
like it's not going to feed your soul. It's is the thing. It's like
I don't think that's what people.
it's
Sorry. Uh, I
no,
don't,
go, go, go.
I don't think that's what people are trying to feed anymore, to be honest with you. They just want their pockets to be full.
Mm,
Their hearts don't
right,
matter. Their
right,
souls don't matter anymore, like, and the momentum that you wake up in doesn't matter anymore because I still gotta go do what I gotta do no matter how I feel, you know?
right.
And it's like, I don't,
Yeah,
that's not a way to live.
it's not. It's like what do you? And I felt this since I was a kid. Just like, okay, what are we doing this all for?
No, I love
Like,
that.
what am
Yeah.
I? You know. And if people are like, you need to calm down, bro. You're
No!
you're
I'm like,
kind
you
of
need to.
something.
I'm like, you know
Relax.
what?
Go play outside.
No! Dude.
But I always thought that way.
No, yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, which is good
you know.
because I feel like not a lot of people do. It's like, how are you just gonna take life for what someone else tells you it is?
Mm,
Like, and especially, and mind you, I'll take that notion from the creator of this world, but I'm not gonna go off of somebody that's living in this world with me too. You know what I mean?
mm,
Like
yeah, yeah,
there's a certain
sure.
sense of like, okay, you didn't make a tree, you didn't make a cat, you didn't make me, you know what I mean? Like, no one knows why the endocrine system works the way it does, the nervous system, the cardiac system, you know? No one knows why you put a seed in the
Right.
ground and
The
a
brain
tree.
chemistry.
Yeah, no one knows why you
Yeah.
put a seed in the ground and it turns into a tree. That's just what it does, you know? So, why, I don't know. It's just, it's odd to me when people do that, when it's just like, oh no, calm down. Life is life. And it's like, what is life? Shut up. Like, like, don't.
Yeah. Some people just they don't want to think that much, about it,
Hmm.
which
They
is
get
fine. It's
scared.
okay. There you go.
That fear starts
Fear
kicking in,
again.
and they're like, hey, chill, chill. You're gonna make me scared too. Relax.
Yeah, yeah. It's so funny when you have like you're in like a group setting and you're like meeting different people, and then sometimes people have that like you can tell they're losing interest in the conversation once you start talking about stuff like that.
Real
Like,
stuff.
all right, I'll see you around, Kim. Nice meeting you. you know.
Facts. Facts.
It's so funny when yeah,
Oh my
never
gosh,
mind.
bro.
um, yeah, and so what um, what what would you say is your biggest goal in like your life at this point? Like, what do you hope to succeed as an artist? Do you want to leave a legacy? Do you want to just create some stuff that means something to you? What? Yeah, what is that? What do you
Oh.
see for yourself? What is Kim in 10 years?
See, the only problem I have with that prompt is it's
Uh
me planning for myself, which is
oh.
just kind of where I differ from a lot of people because I don't have this 5 year plan. I don't have this 2 year plan. I don't have these goals or ambitions where it's like I'm gonna get a house, I'm gonna make a family, I'm gonna have a studio, my name's gonna be all over the world. Like I'm here to do what my Lord put me here to do, whether it be paint maybe 2,000 paintings and then go home, or whether it be help 2,000 people and then go home, or you know what I mean? Like there isn't something that I have premeditated or pre-planned for myself because obedience has to do with listening and not sacrificing, if that makes sense. Like there are certain things that I've put myself into where I was like, oh, I'm gonna plan this, I'm gonna go do all that, and I was so overwhelmed and so like I made a wrong choice, basically planning for myself. And he had to come in and be like, okay, no, I can help you out of this, but just calm down a little bit. You know what I mean? I feel like everybody nowadays wants some type of recognition. They want uh some kind of gain or benefit in this life. But it's like I'm not really here for that, man. Like if I can have a cool conversation with Judah and I die 30 minutes from now, then that's what I was here to do. You know, like that's
Right.
I'm not really like in a chasing kind of mentality. My mentality is just I'm really grateful that I can do what I can do and that I've done what I've already done. And I'm
Mm.
excited to see like what's gonna happen an hour from now or how this commission's gonna come out or like one step at a time where it's just I can't get too ambitious with it because you can. You really can. In this world and the tools that we have and the things that you can do, it's very easy to get greedy and like, oh, I'm gonna be the spotlight, like,
Mm.
but I,
Right. Right.
I don't want to be like that. And I know that's not what he wants me to be like either, so
Mm. So it sounds like you're living in the present, and it
mhm.
sounds like, are you Christian?
No.
It sounds no.
Okay, so
Okay, so spiritual.
I don't call
Okay.
myself anything. Like, I guess what I believe aligns more with the Christian religion, but I don't go to church. I don't go preaching to people. I don't tell them that, oh, you're gonna get saved. You gotta get saved, I don't go spitting verses at anybody.
Right, you
No,
don't have the microphone like
no,
those guys on the street.
no. I
You're
think
like,
people take
repent or you're going to hell.
I think
You
people
know.
take that context from the Bible way out of proportion because that was the testament of those people that he was using in those times, not today. You got to be able to connect with him and ask him what he wants you to do, not what Moses was
Mm,
doing, not what Noah was doing. Like that's not you. So why are you going to go and try to take those instructions for yourself?
mm,
It doesn't make sense. So that's why it's like I get when people hear me talk about like I think Christ was telling the truth before they killed him and everything that had to do with that man's life and testimony is evidently and historically true. But what we tend to forget or like get mind bottled in is that there's no checklist for having a connection with the creator. There's no right or wrong, Every human's gonna mess up regardless because that's what sin is. In Spanish, sin Dios, sin comida, that means to be without. So when you make a decision without him, you end up stealing, you end up killing, you end up lying, you end up sleeping with somebody that you're not supposed to be with. You end up making a wrong decision. But when you include him, that what more can you really do? Like I'm trying and he
mm,
knows that I'm trying and that's what he wants. I'm not perfect because I'm gonna mess up. I'm gonna, this world is so deceiving to the point where I'll take 2 steps and fall in 2 holes in those 2 steps. Like
mm.
so yeah.
Right, right, right.
I'm not religious at all. I don't think that there's a one way to get close to God or to know him. I think you just have to have the faith that he's there and he's good. Not, oh, well, if he's
Mm,
such a good God, then why does he do this? And why is there disease? And why is that? I was like, then why are you making the choices that you're making? You know what I mean? Like, he's not telling you to do those things. In fact, he's asking you, like begging you not to do those things without him. And you're still doing them.
mm.
And then he gets the blame. Mm,
Right.
It's it's
Yeah.
it's just weird. I don't call myself Christian or I read the Bible, but I read it in the context where it's like, what are you trying to show me? What are you? What are you saying? What are you really saying in today's time to me through this? You know what I mean?
Mm,
It's not
interesting.
it's not like a checklist, dude. Like, oh, I'm gonna stop smoking, I'm gonna stop cursing, I'm not gonna wear this, I'm not gonna dye my hair. It's not like that.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing about it that was I grew up Christian, so I think
Hmm.
there's always
I did too. I grew
there
up in the
seems like a
churches.
right, yeah, right. I can tell. I
Yeah.
feel it. This is awesome. And you, it's there's a sense of I don't know, it's like a purity complex that
Hmm.
you feel like oh like I just have to like never do anything wrong, and then you like
That's
there's a sense of
that's
like
not
you
being
feel super
human.
guilty. Yeah, and that's exactly that's kind of like the thing that was always confusing about it to me growing up was like, okay, like who really even acts like this? You know,
No
like
one.
were you like okay,
That's
yeah,
why I
you know,
think that people like they destroy Christ's image so much because he was the only person to do and be in connection with him from the moment of birth to the moment of his death. He never said there isn't a God. He never said I'm going to do it this my way. He never said like, "Oh, I'm going to try things without you for a second." He never did any of that. From the moment he was born to the moment that he was crucified, he stayed in contact and connection with him even if it was something he didn't want to do. And a lot of us will be like,
mm,
"What? No, I'm gonna go try this by myself and then I'll come back. I'll go figure it out and then come back to you later, you know? So it's like he was that's why his image is like, oh, religion and oh, you speak of Christ, oh, you're Christian and this, and that, because that's the only dude that was telling us the truth about what this life was going to consist of. Not just in the time that he was living, but the time that we're living in now. Like Revelations be breaking down our society.
you,
Like,
that book was scary as a kid. Yeah, I
hmm
remember immediately like as it starts,
yeah,
I was like,
just
what am I reading? Yeah, when
the
I was like
wrath.
12, yeah. The Wrath, exactly. I was like,
Yeah.
this isn't as nice as the other chapters, you know, the books. Yeah,
Yeah, like everything was so
you know.
love.
I remember there's a part where it describes like what was it, like a blood moon or something. And then
Yeah.
I remember seeing like a reddish moon, being like, "We're gonna die," you
Oh.
know, as a kid. You know, it's a sign.
No,
You
I
know,
get
when I
you.
was
I
like, you
get
know,
you.
a kid.
Yeah.
You know, it's so funny. Yeah, that it's yeah. I think like you know, it's hard not to believe that there's like a God. You know,
Mm.
for me, you know, it's
Something
hard
more
not to
than
believe
you.
that. Like, yeah, it's like exactly. It's like I don't know if it's like the way that Christianity has like set it all up in
Hmm.
this like little bubble is
Hmm.
something that I've always questioned, you know, where I'm like, okay, is it,
I will not call myself
you
a
know,
Christian, but I love Christ.
yeah, exactly. It's like it's be and you know it's you know there's so many different versions of Christianity. You know this, you know, there's like, you
Pentecost.
know, so many there's
Yeah.
hundreds
Baptism.
of
Yeah. I've
versions.
I've done so much research.
Pentecostal.
Ugh, it's yeah. The rabbit holes I've gone down just trying to figure out like, okay, why am I in church right now? Like it it's insane the amount of information that's like right for us, but we're just not willing to go and like decipher with him.
Right, right. Exactly. And so it's like, yeah,
You're like,
it gets corrupted,
it
you
does.
know.
Yes.
It gets corrupted, you know. Is that's what you know. It feels like it gets corrupted, and there's like church politics, and
And
then
it's
there's,
crazy.
you know, yeah.
No, no, no. There's people what?
No, were you gonna say something or
Well, just on the terms
yeah?
of
Go
what you
ahead.
said about corrupt. We all know the Bible's been translated in numerous languages throughout time.
Mm,
So I remember I was reading the Bible and some call me crazy, but like to me, I feel like I really do have a stronger connection with God than a lot of people just because I've been through a lot of different things and I see things a little differently. So when I was reading the Bible one time, there was a scripture that came up and I always ask him, I'm like, tell me what's worded, what's real, tell me what you want me to take out of this, right? So I'm reading and I believe it was in Matthew and there was just this random scripture that popped up out of nowhere, like out of weird context, and like I read it and I was like, Lord, what does that mean? That don't make no sense. That don't, I don't even know where this guy came from out of the conversation. And it just like something clicked in me where it was like, that's not me. I didn't say that. I didn't write that. I didn't put that in there. You know what I mean? And like it was so easy for me to dismiss it afterwards. I wasn't contemplating on it. I wasn't like, oh, well, does he want me to do that? Is that what God meant for my life? Or you know what I mean? And I feel like there's a lot in the Bible that is meant to throw you off because there's books in the Bible that are actually missing, and the Holy Bible,
Yeah,
New Testament today,
right.
there's a lot of things
Like
that aren't,
Enoch and stuff. Yeah.
the
Mm.
I can't pronounce it, but Apocrypha, something like that. That was
Yeah.
one of the books that completely put me on a new scale with him because you're trying to hide it. You know what I mean? Like you're whoever made the Bible, religion, whatever. I don't know how. I didn't go that deep, but this person didn't want you to fully think. Let's just put it that way. So they put little things in there that stops it, that caps it at a certain point. Your knowledge, your whatever, and people take it as like, oh, this is what God told me, so you can't tell me anything. It's weird.
Yeah, it's it
Okay.
when you grow up Christian, you realize certain people like people become Christians for different reasons.
Mhm.
You realize,
Mhm.
like when you see it for 20 years, you realize like, oh, there's some people that are like some people just want to have like a superiority complex of like, oh, like
I'm better
I'm
than
better than
you.
you
Yeah.
because I have God, and
Yeah.
you don't. So, you know, there's yeah, it's like there's a lot of people have different reasons. Some people just want to like cleanse their guilt,
Mhm.
so,
You want
and
to
then like
heal.
just go back.
You want to.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, it's so you realize that like it's really the simplicity of it becomes complex.
Mhm.
Where
Mhm.
it's so interesting. You observe it and you see it like, oh, like you're doing this for a different reason, like
Mhm.
and so it's just an
The
interesting thing to observe when you grow up in it.
the
Yeah.
heart's intention is something that the human can't see that you have to trust God in. You know what I mean? It's like I can't tell you
Mm.
what your intention of doing this podcast was. You can't tell me what my intention of becoming an artist was. Only he can say. So it's like that's the part
Mm.
where again, I don't judge nobody if that's why if that's what you want to do with you, then you're gonna have to answer to him. But understand that I don't have to play your game. I don't have to, like whatever you try to bring that isn't of him to the table, I don't have to acknowledge or partake in. So,
Mm. Mm. Right. Yeah, and it sounds like your relationship to him is important to you. Like, and it helps. It's like it reflects in your life and your art.
mhm.
It sounds like which is great. You know, but
Thank you.
I can feel it. I feel it
I
across
love that.
the screen.
I love that. He's my best
you
friend,
know,
dude.
uh,
He's my best friend. If I
wow.
could introduce him to anybody, believe me, I'm gonna grab hand in hand and be like, shake. Like you guys are now best friends too, okay? We're all cool.
Yeah, they're like, wow, nice. Call the police.
Yeah, I don't mind it though, because you know what? Paul went to prison too. Let's go.
Right. That's so funny. All right. Well, yeah. Is there a place that you want people to follow you or learn for your art? Um, yeah. Do you have like a handle or a website that you
No
want to plug?
website. Just I guess Instagram. The
Okay, Instagram.
mm,
What is your Instagram?
oh, sorry.
I don't. Yeah.
Kimberly Beccera. Kimberly
Got you.
Mhm.
Awesome. All right. Well, yeah. If you guys want to have some interesting art made for you by an amazing artist, follow Kim Beccera and follow her journey, you know, as well.
I
But yeah,
appreciate you,
thanks for doing
Judah.
this.
I appreciate you even having the interest.
Awesome.